Hello everyone, welcome to the next tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about the concept of supermesh. Okay, so whenever we apply mesh analysis to solve any electrical network, let's say this is your network and we are applying mesh analysis. Okay, so this is your mesh 1 and the current flowing from this mesh is, let's say, I1. This is your second mesh. Okay, so whenever there is a current source, whenever there is a current source between the two meshes, at that time we apply the concept of supermesh. So in supermesh we exclude this. So we exclude this current source and the elements which are connected in series with it. Okay, so it means that whenever So it means that whenever there is a current source, whether it is dependent or independent, connected between these two meshes, these two or more than two meshes, then we will exclude it. Then we will exclude it whenever we'll apply the concept of supermesh. Supermesh. Okay, so now let's understand the concept of supermesh in more detail by solving this particular electrical network. Okay, so as you can see, I2 minus I1, on applying KCL, we can say I2 minus I1 is equal to 2 amperes. Okay, similarly, on applying, as we can see, so we can see that this current source is connected between these two meshes. So on using supermesh, using supermesh, we can exclude this 2 ampere current source. Okay, so as you can see, on applying KVL in this, so this will be your super mesh. Okay, so on applying KVL, we can say that 10 minus 1 into I1, because the current flowing in this 1 ohm resistor is your I1 amperes, minus 1 into I2 minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so it means that I1 plus I2 is equal to 5. So let's say this is your first equation and this is your second equation. Okay, so on equating 1 and 2 from first and second equation, we can clearly see that 2I2 is equal to 7 and I2 is equal to 3.5 amperes. Now putting the value, substituting the value of I2 in this second equation, we are getting the value of I1 to be equal to 1.5 amperes. Okay, so I hope it is clear how we are approaching this problem. Okay, so now let's solve another problem on the concept of supermesh. So as you can see, there are two current sources, 5 ampere and 3 I0. Okay, so this is your I0 current flowing in this direction. Okay, so as you can see, two current sources are already connected in this between the two meshes. Okay, so from this network we can say that I2 minus I1 is equal to 5. Let's say this is our first equation. Okay, also I2 minus I3 is equal to 3 times of I0. Let's say this is your second equation. Okay, and I0 is equal to minus I4. Okay, let's say this is our third equation. Okay, so now on applying supermesh technique, we can say that, so we can exclude these two current sources while applying supermesh. Okay, so this will be your super mesh. Okay, so on applying KVL, we can say that 2 times of I1 plus 6 times of I2 plus 16 I3 minus 8 I4 is equal to 0. Okay. In this particular loop, on applying KVL, we can say that 10 plus 10 I4 minus 8 I3 is equal to 0. It means that 4 I3 minus 5 I4 is equal to 10. Okay. So let's say this is your fourth equation. Okay. And this is your fifth equation. Okay. So on equating the above 5 equations, okay, we are getting I1 to be equal to minus 7.5 amperes, I2 equal to minus 2.5 amperes, I3 is equal to 3.93 amperes, and I4 equal to 2.143 amperes. Okay, so I hope it is clear how we are approaching this problem. So that's all for today, guys. I will see you in the next tutorial. Please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you.